Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody. Tommy is over here on my right. Hello. To me, like always. And I'm going to be doing a quick follow-up review of the Recon M1. I'm much less sick as I was 2 days ago, so time to redo this. So the Recon M1 costs about, after taxes, $400 Canadian, which is twice the price of the normal Recon and S35VN made in Taiwan. But you get some different features with this one. You get a matte, that's M-A-T-T-E, just stands for, like, it's another way of saying non-reflective finish on here. Thick DLC coating. You've got also a matte black spine, matte black pocket clip, matte black screws, and you have a T10, a Torx 10 pivot screw with T6s for body screws and ambidextrous pocket clip screws. Hopefully the steel is stronger steel on the screws than a few years ago when I actually stripped the head off the screw, just trying to change the pocket clip over. You have a G10 handle that is a little bit of a larger grain than the current other Recon ones. This is a medium texture, and the other Recon ones are more of a softer fine texture. This is good for both hand and traction. Not going to tear up your pocket, and the other Recon ones are even going to be even nicer on the pocket. I did have to run some sandpaper through the crack here as it was not rounded off. While the modern Recon ones do have rounded off insides, but even that doesn't matter during use and deployment in and out of the pocket. This isn't a factor. It's just if you're fiddling with it, it's going to catch on the finger. The fit and finish on this one is excellent. The blade came perfectly centered out of the box, and the feel in hand is a little bit more refined than the other Recon ones. I think the handle is a little bit thicker, and the jimping it's not rounded off on the edges. It catches the hand a little bit more, but I like it because it does provide some traction where the other Recon ones jimping has been really smoothed, which is comfortable, but to the point where it doesn't provide any traction. So this is this is welcome. You get a little bit of traction here on the thumb. All the parts are sourced from within Italy, I think, at this plant, whereas the Taiwan plant uses all different parts. And so if you A/B the knives together, every little feature is slightly different, whereas this one has kind of more squared off jimping, the other one's kind of more rounded jimping, for example, and that just goes on and on through both knives. This pocket clip, the bill kind of ends pointing almost up, whereas the bill and the normal Recon ones levels off and goes forward, and the distance between the bill and the handle is about the same for both. I have no problem catching on the fabric of my pants going underneath for both of them, and hand comfort feels the same. Very comfortable, no hot spots with the hand. You can see, just like the normal Recon ones, it's not a full deep carry, and you don't really have enough material to grab the top either, so it is what it is. For utility, it works well. Just go down and grab it. The finger grooves are a little bit more chamfered with this edition, and I can you know, if I A-B them, I can tell this is a little bit more contoured to the fingers. Both handles feel very comfortable, but um, this one I prefer. It feels a little bit, because probably of the a little bit more width, it does feel better in my hand. Yeah. The blade length is just over for the cutting edge is just over 3.5 inches. Total blade length is 4 inches. Recon 1 normal, the blade length is 4 inches and it has a 3.75 inch cutting edge. So a little bit more cutting edge on the Recon ones, but I'm happy with this. You got your finger forward position here with some safety. If you just accidentally move forward a bit, you're not going to cut yourself. It's a little bit closer on the Recon ones, but I've never cut myself on the blade. This is perfectly fine, but you still see with the finger forward position, you can get very close to the blade for control for cutting. This is the same shape as the Recon 1 clip point, but you get a MagnaCut steel instead of S35 VN, and honestly they're both very similar for actual real world use. Edge retention is about the same, but on paper you will get more toughness and stain corrosion resistance out of MagnaCut. So if you need a steel that's going to be tougher and more stain resistant than S35 VN, well, here's MagnaCut. Yeah, the feel in hand, the balance point is right here for the finger, so it's nice and balanced. The weight is a little bit heavier. It's 0.2 ounces heavier than the normal Recon one. This is about 5.7 ounces, 5.6. And the Recon one weighs 5.4. I think the extra weight is probably in the slightly thicker handle scale. The actual blade stock is the same as your normal Recon ones, which I would say between medium and thick for a knife of this size. And you have a high flat grind with an unsharpened swedge on the tip here. And this does slice well. This does slice and pierce well for a knife of this size. But you also get durability and a good heat treat. Cold Steel is known for doing good heat treats on their steels. I don't know who the manufacturer is of this Italian knife, if it's MGM or Viper or probably Fox, but one of the major Italian manufacturers is going to be assembling this. And you do get that extra sense of quality craftsmanship that you do get from most of those Italian knives. This is not yet drop shut. I just haven't broken it in yet, but the release is very smooth on the phosphor bronze washers. And you can see you have a lot of travel with the triad lock. This whole distance drops down into this point of the blade here, securing it very well. No left, right, no up, down play, which is typical of the Recon series. You can see here the blade length to handle ratio. The blade stops right at this angle where you can see the light going to dark. That's where the blade ends, and you do get a little bit more on the normal Recons, but I'm perfectly happy with this blade to handle ratio for a working knife. I'm mostly concerned with a nice full-size handle for my extra large glove hand, and then blade length, anything 3 inches or over, me personally I'm happy with. This is like 3.65 inches cutting edge. That's going to do all the tasks that I need an EDC knife to do. Also, survival knife. You could do self-defense with this if you had to. So, still good usable blade size, comfortable handle. Pretty expensive price, but for a knife of this size in MagnaCut, they're all going to be this price usually or more. price on the S35 VN made in Taiwan Recon ones are around $200 Canadian. So this is like $385 before tax, $386 before tax Canadian. So paying close to $400, $395. At the end of the day, is this worth it? All that extra money? Well, depends on who you are. If you plan on using this knife a lot, and you don't have a Recon one, and you want to get one, and you can have a budget for almost $400 Canadian knife, this could be for you, because this is a great knife. Also, if you're a collector of Recon ones, you're a fan of cold steel, and like me, I've had every version of the Recon one, then yeah, this is worth getting. You can even just keep it and not use it as just to collect it and appreciate the manufacturer of it. But I do plan to use this. I have used it. I've done testing, cardboard, paper. I'll use this to take this with me as an EDC knife. This can definitely do even heavy duty tasks, hard work. Yeah, this is like an all around big, like all around use big knife. Can do almost everything really well. I'll just do a quick size comparison. Sorry, I'll quickly say you got the 4-inch blade length total and a 5-inch usable handle length with just a quarter of an inch left over. So total is just a bit over 9 inches, 9¼ inches. Okay, do a size comparison here. So start at medium size knife. I can fit all my fingers on here. I wear extra large gloves. And you go to some full size options. Paramilitary 2, Benchmade readout. Same length is Microtech stitch. Go a little bit longer length is the Civivi Tacticorix. And about the same length is the Microtech MSI. And again, these are all about the same length here. Get the SOG Seal XR, and quarter of an inch longer is the Recon M1. Big knife. You can see where it fits in the size there. So, I think even if the steel and the screws is stronger than before, I don't know that it is. Because T6s historically can strip a lot easier than T8s and T10s, I have to dock a half a point off of this, and I think the price is fair for Magna Cut and the fit and finish on here. Made in Italy, one of our North America's allies. Yeah, gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. And for the price, I also give the Recon 1 series made in Taiwan S35 VN 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, love this knife. That concludes my review of the Cold Steel Recon M1 in Magna Cut. Have a great night. I will talk to you soon.